Hello everyone, thank you for joining me for another video. It is your host Crypto Glenn. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me and I appreciate it. Getting right into the biggest story coming out of Coinbase or CoinDesk. CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, is worried that the Trump administration is going to send the cryptocurrency a parting gift. Now, when I first read this story, to me, it was something that struck me as if, why are we even paying attention to this? Because it's hyperbole. None of what's being said here is fact as of yet. And the only thing that's going on is it's causing possibly a bit of fear and panic in the market. So we'll go ahead and jump into this and see what exactly is being talked about. Basically, Brian Armstrong, again, the CEO of Coinbase, took to Twitter a little while ago, actually yesterday, to talk about rumors that the U.S. Treasury and Secretary Mnuchin were planning on rushing out some new regulated crypto legislation or crypto rules that deal with anyone who is taking money off an exchange and putting those funds on a separate device. Places like Coinbase would have to get information on who owns the wallet that the funds are being sent to. And when you're on the surface, you're looking at this, and I'm going to make this short. I don't really want to take up too much of your guys' time. I think we've got more pressing matters to talk about here. But when you look at this, nothing has been written in stone yet. We don't even know if this is in fact even coming down the pipeline. The proposed regulation, we think, require financial institutions like Coinbase to verify the recipient owner of the self-hosted wallet, collecting identifying information on that party before a withdrawal can be sent to that self-hosted wallet. At this point in time, where we're at in 2020, you will hear most people talking about this and saying, well, it's just another metric to be tracked. I would like to take this time to kind of point out to everyone who is in crypto or anyone who deals in payments digitally anyway, every payment you engage in is already being tracked. In addition to that, what's the big issue with being tracked? You let some other people tell it. It's the fact that, well, we don't want to be tracked because, we're moving crypto and, we're making gains. Listen, if you're doing business with Coinbase or any of the other prime exchanges, they already know who you are. The funds can already be tracked. Why is it that every time a hack happens, the proper authorities are able to trace it back to the individual who's in possession of the stolen crypto? No one ever wonders that. The fact of the matter is, the vast majority of people who are worried about this are moving, half a Bitcoin, 1 Bitcoin, maybe a handful of Bitcoins at maximum, at the most. That is a far cry away from being Pablo Escobar. You're not Griselda Blanco. You're not Frank Lucas. You're not Nicky Barnes. Hell, you're not even Kingpin from Spider-Man. You're not engaging in, really, let's be honest. The majority of people who are in crypto now, who are seeing a little bit of gains, who may have heard this news and kind of panicked a little bit, and now they're withdrawing funds. What are you really going to spend your money on? With it being around the holidays, some of you are going to spend your money on a PlayStation 5, an Xbox One, a TV. If it really gets high enough, a car. I got news for you. You're going to end up paying taxes on all that stuff anyway. Don't be worried about the fact that if this does even come to pass, which at this point in time, we don't even know if it is going to come to pass. Don't get so worried. Oh, well, they're going to know who I am. They're going to know what my wallet is. They're going to know how much money I hold in there. If you're just holding the crypto, that's not a taxable offense. Now, I'm not a tax attorney. You should always consult a legal professional. But to the best of my understanding, that's not a taxable offense. It's no different than if they were to know how much is in your bank account today. And if you pay taxes, they already know. Or if you have a bank account, they already know. When I look at what's going on in the markets, I see a lot of people freaking out about absolutely nothing. Oh, they're going to track me. They're going to know how much money I make. None of that matters. Because if they really wanted to know already, they could get the information. And I'll be honest, none of us, maybe a great majority of us, none of us are transacting in amounts large enough where we need to be worried about not paying taxes. And the vast majority of people are going to cash out and buy BS anyway. You're going to take an appreciating asset and buy a depreciating asset because it's the new hot thing, or you want to buy something to impress people that you don't even care about and secretly maybe don't even like you. Few people actually worried about having legitimate legacy changing wealth derived from crypto. Because if you are, as soon as this story came out, you weren't thinking about selling. Let me tell you how somebody like me views this. This story comes out and say the two are correlated. Ethereum down 16%, Bitcoin down 13%. It was actually down a lot more today. Stellar, Chainlink, XRP. XRP at one point in time over this week was 70 cents. And now it's 54. When I woke up this morning, I was a little agitated, not because the prices had come down, but because this story, whenever the markets are going well, there is a vast majority of people who fall for the information that's in the news. And if you've been paying attention, you should have known it was coming, because all the major outlets, the legacy outlets, were starting to talk about Bitcoin and crypto and how it's approaching its all-time high. When they doubt, you buy. When they start celebrating, it's probably a good idea to think about selling. But when I woke up and I saw how much the markets were down, I said, oh, this is an opportunity to buy more at a cheaper price. Let's get one thing clear, guys. The people who are playing the long game in this crypto space, when we see cheaper prices, we're buying it. And as long as you have people like us and some of you out there who are playing the long game, when we see cheaper crypto prices, we buy it because we know the market's not getting it back. You can't shake us out. You can't. We were here when XRP was 17 cents. so 54, this is a win. We were here when Litecoin was $35. So this is a win. We were here when ADA Cardano was 4 cents, 3 cents, 2 cents. This is a win. We were here when Bitcoin was $3,200, 17,205. This is a win. And to any whales that are out there that want to engage in price manipulation, take this down. Take it down to 5. Take it down to 4. Take it down to 1,000. I dare you. I double dare you. But I know you won't, because I'm not that lucky. And if you take this down to levels where it was in March, I am backing the dump truck up and I'm going to go all in. And to everybody else that's selling when they see the markets coming down, when I buy, you're not getting those Satoshis back. We play for keeps over here. You are not getting those Satoshis back. This was a tweet that I had released early in the morning after taking a look at some things here, just looking at the Fibonacci retracement zones for XRP. We had crossed over into the golden retrace zone, the 382, and in between the 618. Basically, what I was saying here is, if you guys follow me on Twitter, you're always welcome to do so at CryptoGlenn. I said XRP has crossed into the golden retrace zone. If it gets a small amount of buying volume, it could send it on another run. We need to see support in the 55 to 50 cent range and buying volume, because what we didn't want to happen is we did not want to retrace deeper down into the 786 past the 618. Okay. And if you take a look and see what XRP is doing here, we retraced down to about the 618 range, but then we bounced back up. So we're trying to find some more support here. So what I think we could ultimately see happening is, because this is a 50% measured move. Right here in terms of where we're at now, or where we were to where we're at now. So if we get the support that we need, we could see a little bit of consolidation before it sends us back up on another run. I didn't really think that we would drop too far below into the golden retrace zone. Again, people were taking profits, and everybody's really trading on the same information. If you're trading on the same information, people are using the same trading principles. So this is normally a good range for reversals to happen. So if we went on a downward trend, boom. I mean, obviously this is a little bit of a parabolic move. It's a little bit of an anomaly. But when we go into this downward trend here, it's not uncommon to see a price reversal happen here. So we could actually be witnessing ourselves getting ready to go on another leg up. We're getting significant buy volume here. If we take a look at the value profile, price is actually still above the value area, which is a good thing. And we're definitely not in overbought or oversold territory. We're right in the middle. So I think this thing actually has some room to run up here. The DMI is crossing over. Should be, where's 25 at? 25 is a range I like to use, so it's right here. And if we get the buying volume that we need, we could possibly cross over 25, which may signify us having a change in trend. So right now we're on a little bit of a downturn, but if we get the buying volume that we need, that could change and we could actually start to swing up to the upside. So guys, I'm not worried. If anything, at these levels, I'm buying in, because what the parabolic move up has showed us is what's possible. To people who have been in this space a long time, we know that when we see parabolic moves to the upside, we know corrections are coming, and it's just a matter of how deep those corrections are. I think if we would have went to the 786, that could have been a little bit bad, but for us to really not venture down too far off into the 618 at all, you know, that's really a good sign. So don't panic, guys. If you've got the funds, obviously scale in. If you took profits at the top at 70 to 92 cents, good for you guys. But if not, if you're down here, if you're asking me what I'm going to do, I'm definitely scaling in. I'm keeping a close eye to the charts here. What we should do is go back here and take a look at where was the last place we encountered some resistance. Oh. And so where is it? Oh, we got to keep going back farther. Wow. Okay. So last time we encountered any resistance in this area was around November of 18, 2 years ago. So yeah, right now we're currently above that resistance. So we're actually trying to use it as support right now, and we'll see how well that holds up. And if it does, like I said, I think we'll be on our way back to above 60 cents here. So if you're a longer, look at longs. If you're buying in, looking at scaling in, just don't blow your whole entire wad off one move. Keep an eye on the charts and just be mindful that November 2018 is a range. You can see that line kind of bouncing up and down as we're testing the resistance. November 20th, 19, what is that? Yeah, November 18th, 2018 is our last place we were at where we encountered this little bit of resistance. And if you want to be a little bit more spot on, November 13th. So as long as we stay above this line, we could definitely see 60 cents coming back up. It's just a matter of time. So be vigilant, pay close attention. I think if we get past where we're at now, 53, our next spot is 56. And if we get past 56, I'm going to go ahead and say 60 is definitely on the table. So 53, 56, 60 cents. And then from there, we'll reevaluate when the time comes. It could play out tonight. It could play over the next couple of days. Just be mindful. Keep your eye on it. And again, prices definitely still above value area. Let's check this out for the day. Where are we at? Nope, still not in oversold territory. And price is still above the value area. So I'm happy with where we're at. I'm not panicking. I'm scaling in, if anything. And yeah, if you guys are going to continue to give up your gains and give the market back some crypto on the low, people like me are going to take it, and we don't sell. We're not here for 2 digits. We're not here for 1 digit. It's like 3 digits or bust. Same thing goes for Bitcoin. All right. So if we're looking at Bitcoin, you see the same thing happen here. We went down to a very moderate retrace zone. We haven't even broken the 618. Definitely haven't crossed over to the 312 or the 382 rather, excuse me. And right now we're kind of just waiting. So it's a very shallow retrace zone. I really wouldn't be too worried about it. If anything, if you ask me, we could actually be setting up to see a little bit of a reversal in price action as we wick down to about 16.1. and you see that candle got ate up. So we'll pay attention to it. Follow me on Twitter. I'm just going to be doing a lot of my updating for you guys. And just don't panic, man. Just have a plan, stick to it, and don't panic. That's all I want to drop you guys with. I'll leave you with that, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.